Cetaceans in captivity. Around 3,000 whales and dolphins are being held in captivity worldwide. Cetaceans, whales, dolphins, and porpoises are some of the smartest animals on Earth. So why are they being held in glass tanks or behind metal bars? Some marine parks like Marineland and SeaWorld parks all around the world are choosing to do so. The real question is, why are people still going to these parks, providing them with the money to continue these immoral and disgusting practices? If we stop going, they will have to stop keeping these animals. I'm going to be exploring why dolphins and whales shouldn't be held captive, some real-life examples, and how we can turn this around. Whales are some of the most intelligent animals in the world. Their social structure is almost more complex than our own. The sperm whale has the largest brain mass of any living animal, with the average being nearly 8 kilograms in males. Clearly, brain size doesn't directly link to intelligence, but used to be considered a major indicator. They have evolved and learned a concept we could only imagine as nicknames, where if a whale was looking for another, they would call out their name, which is a specific call that is associated with that individual. If this whale heard their name being called, they would then respond with their nickname, a different call relatively similar to the first one. As if they responded with their own name, it could be confused or not heard, as other whales may all be looking for the same whale, thus calling out the same thing. This is one example of the kind of social behaviour that sets whales apart from other, more simplistic fish or mammals. Whales and dolphins are also some of the most playful animals, being capable of playing catch, throwing an animal back and forth without the intention of eating it, following a ship to catch the fish churned up in its wake, or even chasing each other at high speeds. Dolphins are extremely intelligent, more intelligent than elephants, and they may even be able to distinguish between numbers. They process information faster than humans, and since sound travels faster in water, they also process sound faster than humans, making their brain extremely active and fast-thinking. These are only a few of the things that separate cetaceans from other animals. We'd be here for days if I went through every one. Now you can get a glimpse as to why there is so much heat around this issue, why some are so passionate, and why these passionate people get so angry at those who don't care, when in fact they probably just don't know enough. If you type in SeaWorld into Google, the excerpt included on the right-hand side from Wikipedia tells you straight away, killer whale and dolphin shows. You are told this before you even click onto Wikipedia. So why are they still being visited by 11 million tourists every year? Across the 3 SeaWorld sites worldwide, there are 21 orcas being held in captivity, 10 in San Diego, 6 in Orlando, and 5 in San Antonio. Even though the staff at SeaWorld argue that they have more than enough space and that they are happy, how can they tell? There is no way to ask them. Some of these animals were born into captivity. This is the only world they have ever known. I don't understand how they can view this as acceptable, to take an animal as intelligent and beautiful as a cetacean and remove it from its natural habitat, using it purely as a source of income. If you type in Marineland into Google, the excerpt says dolphins, orca, beluga whales. Again, this is before you have clicked on anything. 64 cetaceans have died at Marineland, Canada, 17 orca whales, 25 beluga whales, and 22 dolphins. This raises a lot of questions about the conditions these animals are being kept in and how this affects them. Other people have reported poor dental health, aggressive behaviour, stress, and other issues regarding trainer safety. There are numerous issues that arise when you keep such delicate and sensitive animals in captivity. It's not natural for a cetacean to be playing with a ball, being ridden by a trainer, being fed like a baby 3 times a day, is it? I don't think so. You don't see plastic balls in the middle of the ocean. They have learnt a new way of living and formed habits that are not natural. We have sculpted them to become more profitable, making them more enjoyable for the shows for the public to watch and laugh at. However, it isn't the end for these animals. I'm not going to sit here and tell you all of the reasons why they should not be held in captivity, and tell you to release all the cetaceans already held captive out into the open ocean. They wouldn't survive there, due to their lack of hunting and survival skills, attributes which they would naturally have if they had grown up in the sea, with no restrictions of how far they can swim or see. This is the excuse that staff at places like Marineland and SeaWorld use, some saying that they won't buy or breed anymore, but they might as well keep the ones they already own and have built trust with. To this I say that there is always a better alternative, and in this case this is sea pens. On a remote island, one could find coves 20 times larger than their existing cages, allowing them more space, a chance to hunt and kill their own fish, and to interact with other species of fish, learning about symbiosis. These coves could be covered with a thin net, still keeping them safe and close enough to be monitored for health purposes, but allowing them to learn or relearn these key survival skills. This is a perfect retirement. No more regular feeding, no more restrictive pens, no more shows for the public. Freedom and liberty is vital for these animals to live in peace, and sea pens are a real possibility that many marine biologists are arguing for. Whales and dolphins should not be held captive. These creatures are too big, too clever, too precious to be kept in glass cages and used as a source of income, and not treated as a living, breathing animal. As I have previously said, 3,000 cetaceans are being held in captivity worldwide. Don't stand by and let that number increase. Make a change. Even if it is a small thing like choosing to visit the marine park without cetaceans, or spreading the word in a Facebook post. Everything will help. Put an end to cetacean captivity today by refusing to go to places like SeaWorld and Marineland. The whales and dolphins can thank you later, once they've been freed.